Hello YouTube, York Tower 1 here. Just thought I'd post this video in honor of a great legend here in Pataskala by the name of Dave Beeson, the owner of the TrueValue in Pataskala. He passed away recently. I grew up to know him from the shop when I was little. The shop was the only hardware store here in Pataskala he owned. He owned the shop up until his 90s. I will post a video if they do decide to close the shop altogether, which rumors were speculating the possibility of closing the TrueValue shop here in Pataskala, which would be a bad and sad thing for the community because the shop's been there since 1974, and of course people grew up there. I grew up going there with my family. He was, which a little model train history tidbit, he was Pataskala's only Athearn dealer back in the 70s. He sold Athearn on the shelves. It's unknown how many products he sold from Athearn, but he was the only Athearn dealer here in Pataskala back in the 70s, which would put that pre-Horizon Hobby era of Athearn. He sold Lionel also back in the 70s. He was the only place you could buy Athearn products here locally in the Licking County area back in the 70s, back in that era of Athearn. With that being said, we lost original Pataskala, Ohio Athearn dealer owner. He passed away last month. Today was the funeral, or today was the visitation and funeral at Carlberg Farley Funeral Home. Tomorrow is the graveside thing at the Pataskala Cemetery. He was a member of the Pataskala United Methodist Church here in Pataskala, one of our Methodist churches local. With that news coming out, Athearn, folks at Athearn probably might know if they were around in the 70s about him. He was an Athearn dealer. He sold Athearn products from all the way from 1974 to 1990, pre-Horizon Hobby era of Athearn. He was a great man. I always knew the difference between a 10-penny nail and a galvanized nail from both my grandfather and him. Now, if they do decide to close the shop, like I said earlier in the video, I will do a final video there. Usually I don't do videos in stores, but I will, if his hardware store decides, if the family does decide to sell or go out of business, I will do a YouTube video here honoring that with permission by the staff of the store, the employees. So just thought I'd pop in here and say Pataskala lost a legend. He went to Pataskala Elementary and was the first few out of Pataskala Elementary. So I just thought I'd pop on here and say to all my fans, yes, today was a sad day in Pataskala history, seeing since we lost Dave Beeson. And it's kind of sad because everyone grew up here in Pataskala knowing him. He was a legend. Um, so don't forget to keep positive vibes to the Beeson family and the Pataskala businesses that dealt with him. And don't forget to like, subscribe for more content. Tower 1 out. Peace. Rest in peace, Dave Beeson.